Hello and welcome back to Conscious Evolution. My name is Alan. Thank you for joining me here today, guys. I love each and every one of you. All right. This is uh this is an interesting thing going live on YouTube. I kind of liking it. I was going to wait for some people to join us here if people are available. I know it's 9:30 on a Sunday night, but that's all right. You guys are still up. There's a few things I wanted to talk about today. So this video is going to be up live on my channel afterwards. So I'll just go ahead and say thank you to all my new subscribers. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you to all my subscribers. I love all of you so much. You guys they're like the motivation for me to continue doing what I'm doing with all the love and support that I've been getting from you guys. It's just truly phenomenal. Thank you all. Also, thank you for all the energy exchange donations. It helps the channel out so much. Like you guys have no idea. It really just really helps me and this channel continue doing what we're doing. And so the title of today's stream is Changing with the Seasons. If you're subscribed to my website, well, if you're not subscribed to my website, then go subscribe to the website and you'll get all these notifications and emails and updates that I send out frequently. I'm getting more involved with that and I kind of like it. I've got a lot of new subscribers to that too. So the links for that are below, and you can click on that and go to the website and just put your email in and subscribe to it there. And yeah, you'll get the updates. And also put out discounts and like discount codes and things for discounts on healing sessions and whatnot. So go check it out. Also, I am creating a Patreon account to do group healing sessions. So, oh, it's 2:22 when I looked at the. That's awesome. So I'm doing it to create live or to create group healing sessions for everybody to participate in. It's an interesting thing, and I like doing that. I want to be more available for people and more people. I can touch more people at one time with the healing work that I do with the group sessions. It's really a powerful thing, and it's also kind of like a discounted way. So like groups of people get together to do the healing. It costs you less per healing session, I guess, if you work it all out. And in the chat room. Hello, Jessica. So awesome. That's going to be magical. Yes, it is going to be super fantastical. So let's talk about this email I wrote today. I wrote this email to my subscribers, and I got this very interesting download as I was writing it. I was just writing an email as like thanking everybody for subscribing to the website and their participation and their continued support on my journey here. And I was talking about how summer ended and we're transitioning into fall, and how just looking at the transformation in nature and how all the leaves on the trees are changing colors, and it's that transformation. And I started reflecting on this past year of my life and how the transformation that I've gone through in my life, the transformation that so many people that are out there are going through in this past year right now in their life. It's been a wild year for me, like the most extreme year of my life in so many amazing ways. I've met so many amazing people. It's been truly beautiful. And as I was writing about that, it's like that download I got that we are changing, like we're transforming, and it's like I was thinking about how I've was changing with the seasons, and my awakening started last year at like the end of summer, so like fall of last year. And all these events had taken place, but it was like a cyclical nature that with the seasons, so I had got the download that like all these major life events that's happened to me in the past year were happening in in like relation to the seasons. In fall this happened, in winter this happened, in the spring this happened, in the summer this happened. So it was all broken out, and like I started thinking like well, we are connected to the planet, right? We are literally made of the elements of this planet. So why wouldn't we be connected to it? Why wouldn't we share cyclical patterns and um can't think of the word, but we have this transformations just like the seasons, and each seasons is like a transformation of the planet. So that was an awesome download I got. So this little email that I was just writing to thank people turned into this like book that I wrote, which is pretty good. So if you are subscribed, you got that email, check it out. If not, then go to the website and subscribe. Also, today I took part in a healing session. It was quite magnificent. But that also got me to thinking about a lot of things. You know, um, my healing sessions now that I have facilitated to me are, fantastic. And it just like recalibrates me. And I can just tell after the session that I am in more of a balanced place. But I don't have the same experiences that I did the first time I had a session. The first time I was attuned to these frequencies was a very different experience for me. The first session I had was full of sensations all over my body, from head to toe, and then, like my whole body, and I saw all kinds of colors vividly. I had like visions of images and had very wild dreams after the session. And, you know, since then, I have not had that same experience during a healing session. So during the session today, I just started thinking about that. Like maybe because the what I feel now in the healing session, like what I'm going through right now, like as I'm in the session, those sensations and feelings that I have, I achieve those in meditation every day. It's no different. So I started thinking that, well, maybe that first time was just the attunement, and that was like the introduction and like, getting to know the frequencies, but I am the frequencies now. I hold those frequencies, carry those frequencies, facilitate healings with these frequencies. So I can bring myself to that level of having a session facilitated to me in my meditations. So it's like I'm always channeling this energy. So that was an interesting download I got during my session today, and I only sat in the session for about 10 minutes. Um, it was interesting though. But I like to lay down 10 minutes prior to the session. I usually recommend that to my clients as well. But I usually lay down 10 minutes prior to the session to just get comfortable, to get settled in, and you get excited about the session, or if you're your first time doing it, you don't know, and it takes a while to settle into it. So I like to sit down 10 to 15 minutes prior to the session to settle into it and allow like your heart rate to settle out, even out, and just to go with the flow and really be present for the time of the session. So that's what I did. I sat down, or laid down rather, like 10 minutes prior to the session, and I started kind of feeling a sensation. My hands started to vibrate and my ears started ringing. Like, I think it was about 5 minutes before the session started. I really, my hands just started vibrating. Like I wasn't trying to access the frequencies, or, I was just there to enjoy having a session facilitated to me, as I don't, I haven't really been doing much of that lately, and I decided that it'd be a good time to do that. So I had that. Okay, we got some more people joining us. Good. So I had that session today, and like I said, I laid down 10 minutes prior, and then like 5 minutes prior to the session, my hands just started vibrating, and my ears just started ringing. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. That's before the session, that the time of the session started. That also made me think. I've had a lot of people that I've facilitated the healings with that tell me, as soon as they lay down 10 minutes prior, their session starts, or 15 minutes prior, the session starts, and I haven't started the session yet. So it's like when you schedule these healing sessions, when you set that intention, when you book your session, that's when your session starts. It's so interesting that I've met people that like my friends in Cincinnati, Eddie, when he booked his first distance session, he started immediately just like feeling the presence of spirit, and really just his healing process started 3 days before the session started, and by the time he had the session, it was like he was all jammed. He's like, just he was really feeling it. He's really feeling the frequency. So it's like, as soon as you set that intention, as soon as you schedule that healing session, it's like your higher self knows, and it's on at that point. So, hey Jennifer, how you doing? I'm glad to see you here. I Case did my session. It was the group session today. I signed up for that. I hadn't done that in a while. And Case was, the one that did my first healing session also. And that was the most interesting healing session that I've had. This, like I was talking about before, a couple minutes ago. My first healing session that I ever had was like amazing sensations, and it was an extreme experience with the sensations and the colors and visions, and it was wild. But I haven't had that experience since, with all the healing work that I've had done. An interesting thing though, when I have the healing work facilitated to me in person, I can see the person that's facilitating with my eyes closed. I can see it. I see everything. When Case did my reconnection, I could see his whole body and where his hands were, and I could like even see his eyes. It was wild. My eyes were closed. Like, I kept squinching my eyes closed, even like tighter. So, like, what is going on? And then when I was in the training in Palm Springs, it was very interesting that what's her name, Jillian. It's Eric and Jillian that are the trainers, teachers of this work at the seminars. And at one point, I was on the table, and like three people were working on me, and it was an interesting experience. And then all of a sudden, I saw the person's hand, and it was white, like a ball of light, but I could just see the hand that came over and just started working on me. And I didn't find out until later, till we went back to our seats, that that was Jillian, and she's the only person I've seen that didn't look like a shadow, and that's wild. Hello, Jennifer. How you doing? I got two. I got Jennifer Flores and Maya, or Mia. I'm not sure how to say that. And Jessica, Jennifer, and Jennifer. That's interesting. Love you guys. Thanks for joining me here today. I was I was talking about this. What was I talking about? Right. So the healing session that I have is different. So now I don't experience it the same, and I think, and this is like the thought that the impulse or the intuition I had during the session, that I don't feel the same feelings during my sessions anymore, because I've already been attuned to these frequencies, and I carry these frequencies all the time and facilitate the healing work. So I don't think, now that I'm such a, antenna for this, and such a channel for this energy, that, maybe I'm just naturally carrying it all the time, and I don't dip in and out, because it was like going from like, and this is just the way to think about it, but going from like a base fear vibration. I was just shifting out of fear when I had my first Mia, got it, Jennifer. When I had my first session, I was just shifting out of like that lower consciousness of fear and still playing in the matrix, um, still accepting all the abuse in my life, and I was at a low point in my life, and then introduced to this high frequency, to this energy, and it was just so beautiful. And maybe that was, such the contrast. Maybe I don't know. I'm speculating here, just telling you what I think about it and what uh, what what came to me during the session today. So that's interesting. That's very interesting because other people that I facilitate to still have the same, and then um, I'd be interested to know, because I know, like, Jennifer Flores, we've done several sessions, and she mostly has the same experience over and over again. And some of the other people I know have the same experience pretty regularly. So I'd be interested to hear more about that. Do you guys experience different things? Do you feel like, you know, if you're in a good mood and have a session, is it different than when you're like feeling rough and down and have a session? Have you had the contrast between the two? I don't know. Let me know. I'll be curious to learn that. So everyone that's here, if you guys aren't subscribed to the website, go to the website and subscribe. That's how this whole story started. I was talking about that email I wrote today and how I got the download of like relating that the seasons, like our shifting in our lives throughout the year, I feel in my experience in the last year, it's kind of been related to the seasons. You know what I mean? It's like last fall, it was like they had the vision and shifting out of the fear. In the winter, I had a radical shift and moved out of my old house and moved in with my brother in a different state and left all material possessions behind, and just started over and went through that phase in the winter. And then we go through the winter to springtime. And then it's like, that's, ah, who is John X? That's interesting. Love the tree. Thank you. Um, and then in the springtime is when I went to Palm Springs to do the healing training to become a certified practitioner. And then, in the summertime, you guys that follow the channel, I've had a wild summer. I've been all over the place with traveling this year, and everything that's been going on in my life has just been super wild. Been a magnificent experience, but it's like, and then that whole summer, all the traveling and the events and things that I experienced, or it all ended like at the end of summer, and now we're shifting into a new phase of fall. And that transition, when the leaves changing in the trees, made me think of that, made me start reflecting on all the things that happened over the summer, in the spring, in the winter time, and how this has progressed throughout this year. Hello, thought soldiers and hidden hand. Welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. Thanks for joining us. So, with the changing of the leaves, it's really beautiful. That's the only thing I like about it. I've got a bad signal tonight. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. This will be up, so you can go back and watch it later. I may need to watch. I just said that. This summer has been madness with changes. Yes, this year has been madness with changes, and and many good changes for me. I feel like last year, I mean, they're all the changes are good changes because there's changes that are serving your highest good. If you're in this awakening path, everything is for a reason. Even if you're not, it's all for a reason. You're just maybe not aware of what that is. But everything happens for a reason, and we shift to a new energy when we get to a different, yeah, I guess, level of our journey, the 2020 preparation. Indeed, yeah. I mean, when this year started, I said that 2019 was going to be a wild year for me, and man, has it ever. If you guys have been following my channel for a time, like especially since I mean, I started my channel in like December, I think November or December. I think I posted the first video in December. So since that point, like I've experienced a lot of interesting shifts in my life, like extreme shifts. Hey, blessings, everyone. Hello, Kimberly. Let me make this screen bigger. There we go. Now I can see the chat. Yeah. Oh, so how you guys doing, man? I'm glad some people are finally starting to come in here. I know I didn't give much notice. I just started going live like 10 minutes after I posted it, but it's all good. We got some people here now. So do you guys have any questions for me? Those are just joining. I don't want to keep repeating myself for this video, but if you have any questions, let me know. I was kind of talking about the healing session that I had today and how I feel like I don't have the same experience anymore because I am carrying these frequencies. I channel these frequencies, I hold these frequencies, and I facilitate healings with these frequencies. So I don't feel like I have the same experience for my healing sessions that are facilitated to me as I used to because of just being being the channel for these frequencies. What are y'all picking up on? Coming back at you. What do you mean? What do you mean, Kimberly? Blessings. I'm not sure what that means. Um, Wave coming next week. Interesting. What's next week? New things coming in radically. Ascension wave. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, isn't it we're in the middle of a portal, like a 12-day portal right now, like a galactic activation portal. And then I think starting November 1st is like a start of another portal. 1010 to 1022. 22. Is that I don't know. Prepping. That's interesting. Just 11, dates of this portal. Yeah, the 1111 portal. I started seeing videos about that today on YouTube. I didn't watch any of them. Interesting. 1111 now makes me think of Brian Divisions because that's like his. It's when he like released his first album. That's when he did all these events in his life. He always does with 1111, and that's what his shirts say that he's always wearing. Always see him with those shirts. That's just really cool. But somebody said something about prepping, and I actually, what's up, Bravery? Good to see you. How you doing, brother? Um, that's scary, heavy stuff. So we are ready when the rest wake up. You know how I feel about prepping. I feel everybody should be prepared for whatever may happen. There could be an earthquake, a tornado, power outage that leaves you without power for extended period of time. And if it's a power outage that like puts out the whole town's power, like for weeks, I think it's a good idea to maybe have some food and water stashed up. I think even the government says you should have like 6 months of food and water. Be prepared for that. I think they changed that last year when I was really into that. When I was really in my spiritual prepping, indeed. Well, that's always. You should always be spiritual prepping. But now I'm talking about prepping. So I'm going to see that through now. I It's funny that came up. This is what made me think of it because that's where I started my journey was in that fear, in that prepping. I was like, the world's gonna end. It's time to start prepping. We got to get prepared for for whatever the is gonna happen. And I started doing that. And I was so much into that fear matrix. I was consumed by it, and that was exhausting. It was so much of an energetic drain on me, and I was always worried, always stressed, and like manifesting these realities that were freaking me out, like storms over my house that were like really nowhere else. The same thing was happening to my brother. There's just storms all over the place, like isolated storms, like nowhere else in the area, just like literally on that land. And seeing some pretty wild clouds forming in the skies, like certain like tunnels with lightning inside of it. Like, dude, I was in a different reality that I was creating due to the fear. And the first experience I had was I was watching a YouTube video that was, talking about fear, and they talked about this channeled message, and it was like I heard the message and it was just like this peace, love, and calm just came over my entire body. It stopped. I was pacing back and forth because I was freaking out all the time. And this calm came over my body and just relaxed me completely. And I just knew in that instant that everything was going to be okay. That everything was going to work out. That we're all going to be okay. Everything is always working out for me. It's always working out for you. So that that's where I wanted to go with the prepping. But yeah, I did spend some time prepping and getting like food and water, and I think a lot of the stuff I got's actually like outdated this year because I just went to the grocery store and bought like extra groceries. Always think it's a good idea to have food around anyway, food and water, especially clean water. If you're not in an area that doesn't have clean water, if you're not in an area that has clean water, you should have clean water. I'm like really big with water. I used to sell water purification systems. Like if you don't know what's in the tap water, in the city water, and you're drinking that shit, stop doing that immediately and research it because like millions of people in this country alone every year get sick and go to the hospital from drinking tap water. So much shit in it. All right, not bad prepping spiritual. I have a stash of emergency supplies. That's good. Scared the daylights out of me when I first woke up. Yes. Yep. Me too. Hello, Genevieve. Kimberly, hold on, I'm trying to catch up here. Say, Jennifer. Kimberly, yeah, it was terrifying in the beginning. I think we needed that. The snap was indeed, indeed. I think waking up to a lot of this fear and corruption in the world is really the catalyst that starts waking people up. Holy shit balls. Yes, everyone, please like the live. Thank you, Jessica. Bravery. I am on a well, luckily. Yes. Yes. Well water is the way to go. In Asheville, like out in the mountains, this water here is so beautiful. Like it's spring water, it's natural, it's alive, it's still got that, life force energy in it. It's a powerful, powerful water. For no wonder I was guided here. Hola. Hi, Bees. Plus, if you can't filter it, pray over your water and time you drink anything good. Same thing. Pray over all things you eat. Indeed, indeed. My well's 220 feet. That's a deep well, man. Gotcha. Necklace on the. Oh, did you send Genevieve a necklace? That's cool. We got a lot of cross viewers, don't we, Genevieve? That's pretty cool. I love it. I love you guys. Excuse me. I'm sorry. That was probably loud. How rude of me. So, you guys have any questions for me? Anything you want to know? Oh, I wanted to mention also that I'm creating the Patreon account again. And if you aren't already subscribed to the website, please go to the website and put your email in and subscribe, and you'll get all the updates and notifications and discounts and things, special events that I'm offering. And we are still creating that spiritual retreat. We're still working out the details, but that's going to be coming up real soon. I think we're trying to do another one this year, probably a small one. I might not announce that publicly on the channel, but for 2020, we're definitely going to have something in the works for our spiritual retreat that we're creating. So definitely sign up. You'll get notified and get, with the newsletter and everything. So to do that, rude is good. Rude. Am I rude? Not usually. It's like walking into a coffee shop and so many tribe vibes peeps. I love it. Yeah, isn't it? It's so cool. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, there was something else I wanted to say. I just got oh, the Patreon account. I'm creating that. It's a little more involved than I thought it was. It's like creating my website, and like I did with my website, I just created it really fast and published it, and then I've been constantly changing and updating it, which is fine. But I don't want to do that with this, so I'm taking my time a little bit and putting a little bit more thought into it and getting it to where I think it's right. I'm looking on like price points for different tiers and what I think is fair for the amount of time and energy that I'm going to have to put into the healing services for that. So I'm trying to balance it out and to make it feasible for many people and to not sell myself short, and burn out from doing this, which I don't think you really can. I emailed you about a week ago. Heads up, did you? What email did you send it to? The AJ Taylor one or contact at Conscious Evolution? You're funny, Jennifer. Flores, I'm gonna have to be specific. Jenny Flores, you're funny. Funny, funny. Oh, my connection is unstable. Can you guys oh boy. Okay, Bravery. I'll check that one. I haven't really been getting alerts. I got a new phone, so I don't think I'm connected to that right now. I didn't even think about that. I'm glad you said something, actually. I need to do that right meow. In and out interference. Yeah, there's a lot of it's really raining pretty hard here, and there is a lot of solar activity going on too. So internet and electric in general has been pretty spotty over the last few days. It's better now. Good, very good. I can't believe I've been talking for it was 31 minutes and 31 seconds when I looked at the clock. Yep, very good. So Patreon account, subscribe to the website. Thank you to all my new subscribers again. I'm just like it's amazing that how it's starting to take off and really it's growing every day, and it's truly amazing. I'm truly blessed, and thank you guys so much. I love you all so much. And into now is the website. You can I do so to make it easier. And for the next 10, 11 days, there's still a coupon code of DNA. So when you check out, put in the code DNA and you'll get $10 off of that healing service. Okay. So, yeah, buffering. Man, all right. Might be my name on the address. Darren, got it. Now, because I got three. Got three email. I hear you, man. I got three email addresses too. That's interesting. All right. Well, my connection keeps spotting out here, and we're at 33 minutes. How appropriate. That's my jam. All right. I love you guys. Thank you for joining me here today. I'll be back again soon. I really do like doing these lives. Next time I'll put out a more of a heads up. Aphrodite Rose Starfire. Hello. Kimberly Paul Buffin. All right, guys. I love each and every one of you. Be the change that you want to see in this world and love yourself. I'm glad you caught some too, Genevieve. All right. Bye bye.